in a first, EU seen moving to cut money for Hungary over damaging democracy.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brussels, September 18. The European Union executive is expected to recommend on Sunday suspending billions of euros in funds for Hungary over corruption, the first such case in the bloc under a new Cash for Democracy sanction meant to better protect the rule of law. The EU introduced the new financial punishment 2 years ago precisely in response to what it says amounts to the undermining of democracy in Poland and Hungary, where Prime Minister Viktor Orban subdued courts, media, NGOs and academia, as well as restricting the rights of migrants, gays and women during more than a decade in power. The proposal would go to EU member countries and they would have up to 3 months to decide on it in a majority vote, meaning no single country can block the punishment as was the case under the bloc's previous ineffective democratic policing. Orban, who calls himself a freedom fighter against the worldview of the liberal West, denies that Hungary, an ex-communist country of some 10 million people, is any more corrupt than others in the EU. He has long refused to amend his laws but now came under pressure to strike a deal with Brussels to secure money for his ailing economy and forint, the worst performing currency in the EU's east. The Commission is already blocking some €6 billion in funds envisaged for Hungary in a separate COVID economic recovery stimulus, saying the money would otherwise be at risk of being misused. Hungary had irregularities in nearly 4% of EU funds spending in 2015 to 2019, according to the bloc's anti-fraud body OLAF, by far the worst result among the 27 EU countries. Complex procedures and political wrangling allowed Hungary to avoid major financial punishment since joining the bloc in 2004, something that may no longer be given as the EU tests its new preemptive sanction.
This post received a score of 9,500, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
In the end, it could lead to the suspension of the €21 billion, $21.3 billion, for Hungary in the EU budget.
Over how many years? It's not clear from the article. Hungary's annual tax revenue is about 10 billion lol, so this is a huge amount.
From present day to 2027.
So 5 years? Roughly 40% of their annual budget?
That's about what it looks like. He's hoping to have Russia step up and help them out, but really that is unlikely to happen.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. Considering Russia can't even take care of itself right now, I doubt they are in the philanthropic mood.
Hilarious how Hungary now wants to implement an anti-corruption campaign. Not likely to be very efficient or credible when the government is the main cause of corruption.
Anti-corruption campaigns, in dictatorship, are usually power grabs, since it gives whoever is in charge more authority to punish anyone who steps out of line. If the corruption is endemic, then everyone does it and it's never punished. But the instant someone is no longer in dear leader's good graces, he can turn the full force of the justice system on them and he has an excuse because he's just following the law. What I'm saying is that no one should take Orban's claims seriously here.
Ha ha. Same in India. Corruption charges are used against only opposition leaders who have not been in power for 8 years. The RA used to lure popular leaders to the ruling party, Hindu nationalist BJP. But clear cases of corruption by the ruling party are not touched upon by any media here.
Same as in the Philippines, TBH.
Same as the Romans. Oldest trick in the book. The risk is getting Napoleoned. Been a long time coming, but if the West wants to avoid fracturing, they need to root out authoritarian elements in their infancy.
Exactly. If the EU is to survive as an institution, it needs to take a firm stance against authoritarianism within its borders.
Same goes for America. For American democracy to survive, they need to root out the authoritarian states run by fascistic governors and gerrymandered state legs. Looking at you, Texas, Florida, etc.
I do wonder if these recent immigrant busing schemes might produce charges that stick. They're clearly in violation of federal human trafficking laws, and the perpetrators have already gone on TV and admitted they did it. Sad that it's still a toss-up on whether or not it'll be prosecuted given how rat-fucked the courts are right now.
I'm really hoping that the support for Ukraine against Russia will carry over into recognizing the fascist ideology growing here as well.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.